Oh, it's 3 seconds ahead.
Okay. I'm just trying to get everything synced up here. I think I'm about as close as I'm going to be. So, got a,
Why does this have to resize every time I do that?
I know, isn't it annoying? Oh, so irritating.
Indeed it.
So you see Bent Glass Tube making his way to... Oh, very interesting. So we're looking at either a mixed quest or second quest overworld here. As Bent Glass Tube making his way to vanilla level 3 and just finding an ordinary cave.
So with that ordinary cave, I'm 95% certain that means we're going to be dealing with a vanilla second quest.
Okay. I will defer to you on that. Yep, okay.
Now, it does look like shops are shuffled because we saw a meat shop where a meat shop normally is not, and very cheap price on that meat for it. 46 rupees, I think?
Mm-hmm. Let's see, as Epic Yoshi here moving up into the shop just south of... Wow, that is an expensive blue ring. Taking another look there, so I imagine we'll see pretty quickly here just how vanilla this second quest is.
Well, we're starting to get some indications that this is just a straight up vanilla second quest overworld.
Mm-hmm. Edginess is not a... And yeah, that is definitely a dungeon, and I'm guessing that is level 3, if it really is that vanilla.
So if this is truly level 3, then that means we have shapes going on.
I believe you are right. Hello.
Now, something to keep in mind for those of you who may be watching. Actually, this could be regular shapes. We'll have to get a little deeper into this dungeon to see for certain.
Yeah, I think it's a little bit early to tell. I don't actually know. I'm not super familiar with the second quest dungeons to know how far left or right you begin in the dungeon normally, so...
In this round of the tournament, they are only going to be either first quest dungeons or shapes. The second quest dungeons don't become an option until the second stage of the tournament.
That is correct.
And this is starting to look like regular shapes, not shuffled shapes.
Right. Yep. Yes, you're. Yes, I misspoke. I got. You are correct. I mentioned earlier that the second quest dungeon shapes are not an option, but the second quest overworld and kind of the second quest dungeon locations sort of threw me off there. I temporarily spaced out on that. So
looks like Epic Yoshi is bomb blocked out of the Triforce in level 3.
Oh, that's unfortunate. He's gonna, I imagine, maybe try to kill one of these enemies for a drop, or...
Could very well be. I haven't seen if the drop groups are shuffled yet.
Right.
That glass tube is still working his way through 3, but takes a hug from the Dark Nut and is not very pleased.
No. Okay. To make their way through this room here.
And it's starting to look like we also have cross-dungeon room shuffling, because I'm not 100% certain, but I don't think there is a grid room in level 3 vanilla.
I don't know either, but I believe you're right.
Yeah, I think that second grid room with a key drop in it confirms that we have cross-dungeon room shuffling.
Yeah, so and if that doesn't, I'm pretty sure that room, that Bent Glass Tube just passed through with the moat certainly does. So.
Oh yes. Now, what that means is that when the players are going to be looking for items, they're not necessarily going to be looking for the normal staircases. So here in level 3, they're not going to be necessarily looking for the corridor staircase. When we go into level 1 later, they may not necessarily be looking for the diamond staircase, and so on.
Right, so this will be more of a test of, all of the various potential drop rooms in the game, as opposed to the ones specific to the dungeon normally. We see Epic Yoshi taking another death there.
However, do keep in mind that, one, we have the shoot room, and two, that second quest rooms are not on, so you won't see things like pushable blocks in the diagonal block room, you won't see the vertical bar room, and so on. It will always be first quest dungeon rooms. And something else to keep in mind when looking for staircases is that the item staircase can, or if you have, say this, a double block room that has a shutter door or a drop, you cannot have a staircase in that room. It will always be a room with no drop and no shutter if a double block staircase is going to be under a double block.
Yes, indeed. That is one of the more subtle things, I would say, about the randomizer, or about the mechanics of the game in general, that you might not pick up on easily at first.
So in a second here, we'll get to see if this single block room is the item room.
Ooh.
Might be.
Yes. Is. It's the raft.
So that's the normal item level 3. There's now a non-zero chance that items are not shuffled, because we haven't seen the Armos item yet. And granted, we've only seen one item, so it's way too early to make a call one way or the other. But there is a non-zero chance we have non-shuffled items.
Indeed, and meanwhile, BGG getting the Triforce there.
That will be the first Triforce capture of the match.
Indeed. He's going to try to screen scroll and he gets it. He's going to take a peek up here. Level 4 first quest.
And right now, we have a very vanilla route where you do level 3 and then you go do level 4 immediately after.
Yep. Well, this is actually level 5 because of the second quest, Overworld. Or wait, is this level 4?
That is correct.
No,
so
it is level 4. You're right.
Yep, in second quest Overworld, if you have the vanilla second quest Overworld, dungeons 2 and 3 are swapped, dungeons 4 and 5 are swapped, and dungeons 7 and 8 are swapped.
Yes, you are correct. That is right. That is level 5 in the... It's level 5, quote-unquote, in the vanilla second quest, but the... Essentially, the way the second quest works is those dungeons that Isolated just mentioned, 2 and 3, 4 and 5, and 7 and 8. What they are displayed as is not what they actually are internally, basically, in the game's code. So the dungeon in the second quest, the vanilla second quest, that is displayed, quote-unquote, as level 2, that is, for all intents and purposes, according to the game, it's actually level 3. Which matters, I would say, primarily when you're trying to whistle to various spots in the vanilla second quest. You can tell this by, the color palette is a level 3 color palette. The Triforce on the subscreen when you grab it is the same location as level 3's Triforce in the first quest, and so on. When you whistle, you'll go in that sequence. You'll go to level 3 before level 2.
Exactly. And I think we have a ladder block in level 4.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if that's the case, we are confirmed item shuffle.
Yes, that's very true, because ordinarily this is where you would see the ladder. Unless maybe it's in this room here, a reverse C room. It's possible.
It is. It could very well be.
It is not. Okay.
Interesting. So now Ben Class 2 knows that every reverse save room he finds from this point onward will be a staircase.
Right. A lot of something in it. Staircase may or may not lead to an item, but it will be a staircase. Because in the first quest dungeon set, there are only a very limited number, I believe, of reverse C staircases. Only one does not have at least some pushable block leading somewhere in it. And so he has found that one.
Yes. There are 2 reverse C rooms that have staircases and one that has
Okay.
a floor drop. Meanwhile, Epic has been able to secure some bombs. Well, 3. He just needs to get that item.
Yes, indeed. In the meantime, Bent Glass Tube has found level 1.
We already have a game of 3-door Monty.
Yes.
It's always a good start.
Quick compass, that's always helpful.
TO909, that is correct. If you find an item drop in a room that could have a pushable block, the block will not be pushable under any circumstances.
Oh, excuse me.
So level 1 is going to have 2 items in it. One will be on the ground like a floor drop, and the other will be behind a staircase, not necessarily the diamond staircase.
That's correct. Oh, speaking of shuffled items, see,
Whoa!
Glass Tube gets... we were just talking about that.
1.
So we have...
That is a huge find for VGT.
Yes. Especially with that ladder block in 4. That, certainly confirms the shuffled items now. It just so happened that 3's item ended up, or the raft just ended up in its normal location.
Yep. But not only that, the ladder also allows him access to level 7 as a whole.
That is true.
Epigoshi is going to pick up the Triforce at level 3.
Yep.
We'll see if he goes back in for the item or if he decides to go to another dungeon.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to another dungeon. Which, we don't know for
I
sure. I don't disagree, but he is eventually, well, think about this.
Yes, but I think coming back when you have a little bit more either defense or offensive firepower might be beneficial, given it's a Darknet set, and if you're not super comfortable with fighting Darknets, it definitely makes sense to come back later.
Right, and I was thinking that the other thing is I was thinking that he's going to need the raft, but he actually technically does not. With the way the recorder works, he can theoretically let's see, will that work?
It will not.
Okay, it won't.
And the reason it will not work is what MTI is talking about is if you have Whistle to Old Dungeons on, you can get to the vanilla level 4 raft spot without the raft if level 4 is in a different cave.
If you've already completed level 4, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Boomstick confirmed.
Indeed. So that was the second item in level 1 there, the magical shield. And that does indeed confirm the boomstick could potentially come into play here. And we'll see if either of our racers... Now, the problem is, with the second quest, Overworld, rupees are actually going to be at quite a premium. So, even if we find a fairly early wand, there may not be the resources necessary to actually purchase the book for the boomstick.
Indeed. And for those who may not know, what the boomstick does is if the option is turned on, you'll be able to buy the book in any shop that sells the magical shield if caves are not shuffled, or if caves are shuffled, it will always be in the rare shop. When you buy that book and combine it with the wand, instead of getting a fire effect added to your wand blast, you'll have a bomb effect added. So it can open bomb wall, open up, and is capable of damaging any enemy in the game with Tidepol's voice.
Yes, indeed. Very useful item if the circumstances align for you to pick it up. Actually, grabbing the book for the boomstick is a bit of a gamble. I have seen more than one seed now where the one or both racers have purchased the book only to actually never locate the wand. Which, in that case, you've just wasted in the neighborhood of 200 rupees, probably.
Indeed. But it also depends on the seed a little bit. So, if does not hurt Ganon.
That is true.
Anadinos is pointing out that I made a misspeak, suggesting that it hurts everything. It hurts all normal. It hurts normal enemies, but does not hurt all bosses, such as Gleeok. It doesn't hurt with the bomb explosion, as Jen pointed out in chat. Ganon and the non-recorder Dig Dogger.
Indeed. Meanwhile, Bent Glass Tube going to the white sword spot. It is the white sword. Unfortunately, 4 hearts, not enough to pick that up. So we'll see if he makes it back there to try again.
Somehow that's not too terribly surprising, given that one of the flags is to randomize the sword hearts, and that has a 50-50 chance of being on to begin with. Then it still has to be randomized down to 4.
Correct.
We have an early level 7. Interesting.
Indeed. Okay, he's gonna go behind the Gleeok here.
Oh, but he didn't stab it. We didn't get to see if it's 0 boss HP.
What is he doing here? Okay. He's got his map on. Okay, there we go. Oh, that looks like 0 boss HP to me. That, I can't remember if those are Bone Molars or Molderms, which one they actually are. But whichever one it is, it went down awfully quickly.
Those two, Molderbs normally take 2 hit points of damage, so we definitely have shuffled boss HP. Okay. The only reason we don't know if it's 0 or not is because it's entirely reasonable for Moldorm to get shuffled down to 1 or 0, whereas if Gleeok goes down in 1 hit, it's definitely 0.
Right, okay.
Moldorbs and Land Moldas. I like it.
In the meantime, it also appears that we have normal enemy sets in dungeons.
Interesting. So that means we know level 9 is going to be a Wizard set.
Indeed we do.
Epic Yoshi in level 1, making the correct call to use the key door to the north instead of to the left. You should find both the ladder and the magical shield in here. Oh! Bent Glass Tube takes a death, and Epic Yoshi ends up grabbing the Triforce before he can get that bomb drop on the ground.
Oh boy. Let's see if he goes back into level 1 here.
He should.
He should.
He's not. Is he going? He's going.
He is, okay. I wonder if he was bomb haunting there, not knowing if, maybe he was just hoping for, a bomb drop, maybe hoping enemy groups were shuffled. Enemy group drops, that is.
So ideally, he'll head north through that bomb hole and just go ahead and keep exploring this dungeon out. Alright, you'll see Bent Glass Tube not picking up that clock. The reason is, if you pick up the clock in a Wallmaster room, they stop spawning.
That is correct. They just kind of just hang out in the wall forever, which when you need to, in your room where you need to kill all of them, either to get a drop, push a block, that is, to say the least, suboptimal. You're going to be waiting a while to spawn.
Bent Glass Tube I want to say that was a forced bomb drop off that mold orb. It's definitely a smart play at this point, given he had no bombs at the time. Well, he had one, but you know.
Right.
Efficacy did pick up the ladder, so now he'll be able to complete level 4, get into level 7. And if anything else is ladder blocked, he's in good shape.
Yes, he does also have more keys, although I don't know how much more of level 1 he's going to explore. See if he grabs the second item here. Yep.
Well, at this point, he doesn't know it yet, but he could leave the second item and he'd probably be in okay shape.
Right. You know, on the other hand, I can't really say I blame him for going, dig for it either. Even though we know, obviously, what it is, and it's not the greatest thing ever, to say the least. It'll give us some information that we have a potential boomstick seed, and B, just in a general sense, level 1 is a pretty small dungeon. There's 2 items. It is one of the ones you probably want to dig for one or both items in, especially early on, if you can find it early enough.
Absolutely. And unless level 1 is like bogged down with nothing but blue wizards on a high HP siege, you're probably going to want to explore it anyway, especially early on, before you know you have the big dungeons like 7, 8, or 6.
Right.
Right, Glass Tube, going back toe-to-toe with the Gorillaz.
Yeah.
And Gorillaz are hard not because of the core enemy itself. I mean, Darknuts have less weaknesses, Wizards have even less, but they're near impossible to predict when they're going to toss their bananas at you.
Right, that is really the hardest thing about them, is that they can just stop and, just out of nowhere, just stop and chuck the banana.
Plus, if you're walking through a room, it's not too unreasonable for them to just toss their banana in a way that by the time you know you're going to get clipped, you're already gotten clipped. Efficacy has found the second item in level 1. He is probably going to move on to maybe level 7. Maybe he'll get some money and buy a candle and go to level 8.
Alright, let's see what his play is here. And meanwhile, UGT taking another death here. Level 7 with 4 hearts and the wooden sword, not easy.
No.
A, it's large. B, as you mentioned, Gorillaz, while probably relatively speaking, I would say the easiest or at least the least durable normally of the 3 kind of main enemies in the enemy sets. They can still put a hurting on you pretty quickly with the boomerangs and just their general, as you said, unpredictability, or ability to just suddenly out of nowhere throw down a boomerang and hit you for a full heart, which kind of hurts when you only have 4 hearts maximum.
I don't think Yoshi has realized that it's Vanilla's second quest yet.
I think you're right, because that's unfortunate. Lays the bomb down, but takes the death before it goes off, so...
Yep. And unfortunately, you don't get the bomb back if you do that.
No.
I'm also looking at his tracker, and he still got it on mixed first.
Wonder if he's just not familiar enough with how you know one way or the other if you have a mixed or vanilla second overworld. I wonder if he just hasn't seen enough of it to figure that out.
That could be. Plus, he may not be wholly familiar with the vanilla second quest dungeon locations, and if you know the caves aren't shuffled, you're either going to be in pure first or pure second, just because of the way you can't have like level 5 in 2 spots, level 7 in 2 spots,
Right,
so on and so
okay.
forth. Yoshi going for gambling strats.
It pays off.
It does. He should definitely be able to afford a candle now, once he finds the shot that tells him.
If you can find one.
Hopefully it's not in the semi-rare shop. Which, the semi-rare shop is the one that there's only like 3 or 4 of in Hyrule, and at least one of them is under a candle bush. 2 of them are on Death Mountain, and I don't remember where the 4th one is offhand. If it's in there, both of these players are going to have a hike to get that candle. You might get a big toast in here.
Let's see. Let's see what's in this room here. Regular buy something.
The D is on the coast.
That looks like a bow to me. So he's gonna grab that. That'll has the potential to be helpful anyway.
Did Yoshi pick that up?
I believe he did. Alright, interesting thing, I don't believe we've seen an arrow for sale yet. Although I could be wrong.
I'm not even sure if we've seen an arrow shop.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't think we've seen one even available for purchase.
Now, that could be in the rare shop.
True.
Which, for those of you who don't know, in the second going to be in the top right corner. Yeah, my computer up a little.
Okay, Isolated, you were kind of cutting in and out there for me, but I don't know if that's on your end or mine. Okay, you hear me? Okay. Alright, so, to kind of finish that thought before Isolated cut out, the rare shop is always going to be, I believe he was going to say, in the very top right corner of the overworld, where you actually have the one walk-through wall in the first quest. You kind of walk to it from the room below. Or the, I guess you'd call it a room. It's the overworld, so it's not a room per se, but the square below the top right corner. And meanwhile, Epic Yoshi grabbing the white sword. 5 hearts, good enough for that. And still waiting to Epic Yoshi press start again so we can actually see if he grabbed the bow or not. And in the meantime, yeah, he's going up, up, up. I believe Isolated was correct earlier. He may not know this is straight second quest. He's going to take that ferry and
okay.
Now he's
But I just might not have the Twitch chat loaded up, so my apologies if I don't answer any of the chat questions.
Yep, that's fine.
Ready. BTT has spent a lot of time in this level 7.
Spent a lot of time in there, and so far he's got nothing to show for it, other than a nearly full cleared map. No.
7 is definitely proven to be a bit of a doozy.
Yeah, and you know, as I mentioned before, in casual play, it's probably one of the easier dungeons, and combat-wise, it's quite a breather, I'd say, after level 6. But in a speed run, when you're not nearly as fully loaded, or in a randomizer when you're going to it as early as you are, it can be quite tricky because of the sheer size of it and just all these gorillas running around. It's a gorilla set, but there's, I suppose it is possible to have something like in vanilla level 4 in the first quest. It is a Wizrobe set, but you never actually end up fighting Wizrobes. Meanwhile, here we've seen just almost nothing but gorillas.
That is true, and also consider that level 7 is very long, so even if it's not a hard enemy set, it's just a gauntlet that wears you down.
That is very true.
Looks like we have deceptive hints. And a shuffled Armos item. Potential meat block, even. So much new information.
Yes, I missed. It's because there was a cave there, because I missed what the Armos item actually was.
That was not the Armos item, that was the staircase.
Okay. So, alright, so the location has been moved then. Alright.
So we now know that the Armos item is going to be in the forest, and we might have a meat block. An honest-to-goodness meat block in 7. Unless there's a workaround.
Let's see. Time. That's the staircase. That's not an item. Good news is
Yoshi gonna be out of bombs. But it looked like you wanted to go and check the Forgotten Cave.
Yep, that is not.
Now, what's interesting is that Forgotten spot is where one of those semi-rare shops that I was talking about earlier that has the cheap magical shield is. BGT trying to force a 10 count, but unfortunately misses the mold orb and has to kill it with a sword, getting 5 rupees instead of a bomb.
And taking another death. He is, as you mentioned, he has spent a lot of time in this level 7, and looks like temporarily he might finally be. Yep, he's admitting defeat there at last for the moment, in part because he is also out of bombs.
I'm surprised he didn't go and check White Sword while he was there.
Yeah, there's a very high chance that, well, as we know, there's a 100% chance that it is a 5-heart White Sword. But as far as he's concerned, yeah, I agree with you, even without knowing that. It's,
I may cut out for a second as I try to get the Twitch chat to load up.
Alright. Also, it looks like, BGT gonna try his luck with level 4 now that he's got the ladder. Let's see what we can see here.
Now, something to note is that based on what we've seen so far, either the recorder or the power bracelet has to be somewhere between level 4, level 7, and level 8, which we have not been able to set foot in yet.
Indeed, and that's going to be a big find for the person who does find it, because number one, the kind of teleportation abilities of it, if you will, and then number 2, because this is the second quest, there are, in the order, I believe, about 10 spots that you need the recorder to actually unlock, so it's a very, depending on what can be by those slots. I believe at least one of them is actually the entrance to. Yeah, there are several that are dungeon entrances, so we know the recorder is required. It's just a matter of finding, kind of unearthing it.
Alright, so it looks like I'm not going to be able to get any access to Twitch chat as my browser is deciding to act up.
I see. Alright, I will do my best to keep up with the Twitch chat then.
So we have a red candle in level 4. This is actually huge for BGT because he didn't have a candle yet.
Right, neither of our players had a candle, I don't believe. Very interesting. No easy access to candles or arrows or really, you know, important stuff so far.
You have easy access to cheat me, but that's about it.
Right, that's about it so far. And ETAP, to answer the question, that is that's just a sprite recolor. He does not actually have the red ring yet.
That is correct. Both of our players are running with randomized tuna colors. So, BGT getting that red candle out of 4, he's probably going to go check level 8 before he goes back into 7. I'm going to say it, that's probably the best move he can make right now. Even though he has a lot of 7 explored, it's been giving him a lot of problems. And you've got 2 items in 8 versus 1 item in 7.
His big short-term issue right now is that he has 0 bombs. So I'm not sure how far, and only 2 keys, so I'm not sure. Oh, very nice clip to be able to get that, open that level 8 from where he was.
Absolutely. But it looks like he's going to have to do a second tree clip if he wants to continue on in this dungeon, because he needs to open that door to the right.
Yes,
so what we'll have to do is go around, and then clip into the tree next to the staircase, and then go in. Or just use a bomb.
Yep, or just have a bomb drop. That's fine too. That works.
Interesting that bomb drops have been pretty scarce for both of our players so far.
Yeah, it has been tricky, I'd say. So is he might be now going toward level 2? Except he doesn't have the recorder, so...
Wait. I don't think anybody has a recorder yet, but...
No. Oh, he might be going for the coast item.
Picked up the power bracelet. That's what it looks like he's doing.
Okay.
I think Epic Yoshi picked up the power bracelet as the bonus item.
Oh, maybe. He did just grab the bow. Oh. Did just grab the bow from the coast, so...
Yep.
So it looks like that might have been what he was going for.
BGT looks like he's going to head back over to level 8.
Yep. And shoutouts to the Twitch chat, PM12EBBCL. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. But for telling us he does apparently have the bracelet.
Okay. Now that's going to open up level 5 for Epic Yoshi, which could give him an edge if, say, the recorder's in there. He's going for Gamble Strats once again, making a little bit of money. And he's going to go check the rare shop.
Oh, and there's
look
the
at that red
boomstick,
shot.
and the arrow, and the candle. Oh,
That is an
right, so he
amazing
picks up
rare
the
shot.
arrow, which tells me... Yeah, so it tells me he probably did pick up a bow.
Picked up the arrows, but not the candle. Interesting.
Yeah, interesting.
Does he? I don't think he has one.
I don't believe so, either.
And he should know that he needs it, just by sheer virtue of how many spaces on the overworld are burn bushes.
Yes, indeed. I wonder if he's trying to gamble on red candle somewhere else.
I mean, if he goes back to 3
I
and
would
gets
make that gamble, but...
Well, if he goes back to 3 and gets the raft, he'll definitely get the red candle. He just doesn't know that
That's
yet.
true. Yes. First, he has to go back to 3 and get the raft.
BGT is nearly in boomstick range, and he doesn't have to buy a candle, so he may just maybe pick that up.
Maybe what he's going for. He's near it, but he's not there yet, so I don't know what he's going to do here. Is he going to also grab arrows?
Okay. Wow.
He
It's a
does
lot more
grab
aggressive
arrows.
than I thought.
Okay.
I was off by 20.
No.
Let me send this off 194. Anyway. BGT picks up arrows. I agree with that purchase, given that he hasn't picked up the large secret yet.
Right.
I think.
I don't
I'm pretty
believe
sure he
either
hasn't.
player has. Epic Yoshi getting sniped in the back by Lionel's there.
Potentially a good thing if that send him back towards level 3.
We'll have an idea of where he potentially can and cannot bomb. And again, because this is vanilla, it's not a huge dungeon in vanilla.
We have some good news on Yoshi's side. It looks like he is going back into level 3. He will get that raft and be able to go into level 4.
Excellent. And yep, okay, I was wondering what BBB was doing there, but he did switch to the arrows to take out those full voices.
Although because this is a reverse C, BGT should know this is going to be a staircase.
Right. Which I imagine is why he is killing everything in the room. And let's see, is it... And it is Lord Banana, which is not exactly what we want to see here, but...
BGT's going to pass on that.
Yep.
43 and a half minutes in, I don't blame him at all.
Yeah. Yeah. He has better offensive options at this point, especially since it's not a 0 HP seed. So it's
Let's
not
pick
gonna
up
be
a
very
compass.
helpful.
So now he knows where the Triforce is, and Yoshi's in the right room to get that raft. Well, was. He decided to check this room first.
Alright, nothing in there.
Which really isn't a bad idea, given it's 8 Dark Knights versus 3. Hopefully we'll see Epic Yoshi pick up... Oh! Takes a death.
Oh.
Hopefully he'll pick that ladder up. Not ladder, raft up
Yeah.
pretty soon. Ladder or raft, they're both made out of wood.
Close enough.
You know, every single item that these players have picked up so far has been made out of wood. Although then again, if you have wood on fire, you might want to get that checked out. But anyway.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, that is a deceptive hint, I would say.
This old man, I'm pretty sure we had to sail to get into this dungeon. We didn't have to, but we did.
Right.
All the monies you could ever want. But Easter's over.
Yep. Oh, shoot.
Ooh, that's a bad shoot room to see.
That's... Oh, this is interesting. Is there even a way in there?
The only way in there is from the top because you can't bomb through the old man.
Right, yeah.
And that's the drop room, too.
Oh boy.
It's not the Triforce room, but it's a drop room. Epic Yoshi, and I go for the 300.
Oh, he gets surrounded there. Yeah, surrounded by Dark Nuts. That's never fun.
But at least he has the white sword, which is going to make killing them a little bit faster.
Yes.
And hopefully he knows about the, not trick, but mechanic, where if you kill a couple of Dark Nuts, or even one Dark Nut and leave the room, if you die after that point, it will not respawn.
Right. It will kind of save the state of the room when you leave and come back.
Looks like BGT is starting from the beginning of level 8. Which, this is having you really go on a snake-like pattern. Just because of all the old men.
Right.
Yoshi got some bombs, that's good.
BGT definitely taking advantage of the ladder strats there.
My apologies if any of you guys heard that giant metal slam.
I was wondering what that was, actually.
We're now going for washer percent on top of dryer percent.
Ah, excellent.
So basically laundry percent.
Is this a 100% run that you're doing of laundry?
I'll have to ask my roommate, it's his laundry, but I'm pretty sure that's his goal.
Okay.
As long as he doesn't miss that missile tank that you got to shine spark into, I think he's good.
Oh, and BGT getting lured down to the lower left corner of that room. He did open up the room above, though, so...
And Epic Yoshi has left the room with the raft in it, looking through the rest of the dungeon, hoping to find an easier room. Unfortunately, he will not. He instead just gets cornered.
This has been a difficult seed with a lot of the tougher enemies in these dungeons.
Yeah, I'm starting to wonder if both of these players are thinking of picking up a blue ring instead of the boomstick. Because while the boomstick would allow them to take care of things from range, they might find they want the defense more. Especially if they don't find the wand.
Right. Right. There's a very good point that you know, at least if you have the blue ring, you know you have that defense. Whereas you can buy the book for boomstick and never actually come across the wand. Which would be very unfortunate.
An Epic Yoshi gets a perfectly timed clock.
The clock.
He will be able to pick this raft up.
Yeah. Let's see if he does push the block, he will get the raft. Okay.
Just don't die to the keys.
Oh, no, he's fine.
You got it.
Yep.
So I imagine Yoshi's next destination is definitely going to be level 4, given that it's right here.
I would have to. Right, I would have to think so.
BGT is still working his way through this level 8. I'm actually kind of surprised he hasn't
I would
gone
say despite. Might as well. I would have to say, despite it almost feels like BGT should have a larger lead than he does, and I suppose he's explored a lot more. But really, in terms of, I guess, quote-unquote, important things, his lead right now is essentially level 4, which he has done and which Epic Yoshi is just going into now.
Yeah, I mean, we could be looking at 50 minutes in, both players basically tied. Dongo's not behaving superbly well for BGT at the moment.
Not at all. Troll Dongo. There we go.
All right.
Washing machine is so strong.
If you guys will give me a minute, I'm going to try something here.
Sure. Oh, second item level 8 is the magic key. Always very helpful to find. And okay, TA909 in the chat informing me it's actually Yoshi that has the power bracelet and not Thank Tube. Okay. Besides the magic sword, I believe, don't you need the power bracelet to get into level 5, I believe it is, in second quest? So BGT gonna open up a large secret, and that is a big, large secret. 113 rupees. He refills his hearts here.
Alright, that should solve a bunch of things.
Okay. Excellent.
Hopefully all the background noise levels have died down. Looks like we have Yoshi still in level 4, and you said the second item in 8 was the magic key?
That's correct. The NE key.
Alrighty. So with that, I think BGT's only option is to go into 5 or find the item in 7.
Let's see. I'm just kind of trying to do some quick sort of calculations in my head here, and yeah, I believe you're right. And I, according to the chat, it's actually Epic Yoshi and not BGT that has the power bracelet. In which case, if he wants to go to 5, unless I'm misremembering my second quest, I believe he's gonna have to go grab that power bracelet. Right.
Yep. You do. I guess. You called me rude last time I didn't say anything, so I'm gonna make it even more awkward.
Epic Yoshi taking a death in 4, going back to the entrance.
But at this point, BGT is kind of stuck, so all Yoshi really can do at this point is just gain time back.
Yes, indeed. And I realized I phrased what I was trying to talk about with BGT rather poorly. He has explored, it seems like, more than Epic Yoshi has, without a doubt, but he so far hasn't had a whole lot to show for it. Is more what I was getting at. He does have the magic key, which is always helpful, but in terms of being closer to
Triforce out of 8.
That is correct. He does not. So
He did not?
I don't believe...
On his tracker, it looks like he did.
Okay. He might. I didn't mark it down, but
There's the power bracelet for PGT.
does have the power bracelet.
He's probably going to buy the boomstick and forget about the blue ring for now.
Yeah, it looks like where we're going.
It's an interesting choice, because we know that level 5 or level 7 has to have the recorder at this point.
He does
Actually,
pick up the boomstick.
I think he's banking on the one being in 2.
Alright, well, at this point, it's got to be in either 2, 6, or 9, I guess.
It could also be in either one of 5 or 7, whichever one does not have the recorder.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yoshi has picked up the Triforce out of 4, and I wouldn't say he's tied with BGT, but he's not far behind. I mean, the Any key is really BGT's only advantage at this point. Well, not in the Triforce and 8, but Yoshi's going to get that when he goes in.
Right. He does, TA909, the recorder cannot be in 2 because you need the recorder to get into 2 in the second quest, Overworld.
That is correct. That's also why it cannot be in level 6.
Yes.
BGT just took 3 hugs back-to-back from that Gibdo. To our tech guy, how are the background noise levels? Well, I can't see the Twitch chat, so... Actually, let me try to reload that real quick.
So it looks like BGT is now in level 5. Yes.
Yep.
And now, am I misremembering? Am I going crazy, or do you in fact need the power bracelet to open up that rock and get to that level?
You did.
You do. Okay.
That is bracelet required.
Okay. Okay, there we go.
All the jewelry.
Mm.
And croissants.
Aquamentus awaits for the wand. We know that is false. Aquamentus awaited with 2 different items, and neither of which was a wand.
Yep. Let's see, we might have a split 5. I'm not fully certain about that quite yet.
Alright, let's see. Okay.
There we go.
Okay. Can't get down there from there. I am joined by my second co-commentator, Mario the Cat, who is deciding to use my legs as a pincushion right now. Say hi, Mario.
good news, everyone. You can see the Twitch chat now as BGT finds a passageway. Takes him all the way up to the top, where he has more locked doors.
Oh boy, good he's got that magic key then.
But at least he has the energy.
Yes.
Now, hopefully he'll go and pick the white sword up after this.
And another locked door, wow. That was a lot of locked doors.
I love the Triforce on the other side of the tea room. Hey, vanilla bomb upgrades, it looks.
Indeed, or vanilla prices at any rate. But that would seem to stand.
That is true.
The upgrade is vanilla as well. I don't know if those are two separate flags, the number of bombs and the price.
So the number of bombs is tied to the price, and apparently there's something like a 1 in 102 chance that if the bomb price is vanilla, that the bomb upgrade will be shuffled to a different amount.
Huh.
Some large amount of math is involved in that, and I don't want to do it in my head real quick.
Okay.
So BGT knows where the Triforce is. He just needs to find the item. Yoshi, it looks like he's unfortunately going to full clear level 4 before he finds the red candle.
Indeed, which will not be a terrible thing necessarily, because I don't think he has a candle yet, unless he bought one and I missed it.
I think
which is very possible.
You know, I don't remember. But I am going to do an item recap of what we know so far.
Please do.
Level 1 contained the ladder and the magical shield. We don't know the item in level 2 yet. Level 3 contains the raft. Level 4 contains the red candle. We don't know the items in levels 5 through 7. Magical key and boomerang were in level 8, and the items in level 9 are unknown.
Okay, and we're back.
Yes. The only thing that happened while we were away, Yoshi picked up the red candle, and I think part through the item recap, we came back. So I'm just gonna say the magical shield and ladder were in 1, and if anyone has any other questions, please let me know, because I can finally see Twitch chat.
Yay. Interestingly, the small secret not shuffled, apparently. Both of the other secrets were larger than normal. The small secret, the 10 rupee secret, is a whopping 10 rupees.
Interesting. The ranges on those secrets are, for the small, it can be anywhere from 1 to 20. The medium from 25 to 40. And then the large secret can be anywhere from 50 to 150. Hey, at least I don't meat block the chat. We have an item for BGT.
Oh, yep, that is an item. It is an item staircase room.
For his sake, he's really hoping it's the recorder.
And it is.
Aha! We have a recorder.
Alright, now I imagine he's gonna probably try to ladder clip his way. Or is he's actually right below it. He can just walk right up to get it. Get the Triforce and get out of here. Boom.
It's definitely good for him. So now, when he goes back to 7, he's probably not going to look for the item.
Indeed not. Let's see, he has the ladder, the raft, he has the bow, he's got a candle, he has the recorder. I
The only
don't
thing you
believe
could
there's...
really want is the wand.
Right. And outside of that, now he finally goes and grabs the white sword. But yeah, as you said, outside of the wand, which he might go looking for just because he's already got the book for the boomstick, I can't think of anything essential he's going to want to dig for at this point.
And it is relatively, by relatively, I mean quite reasonable to assume that silvers and red ring are going to be a 9 until you see either one of those two items outside of 9 or one of those two items not in 9 once you get there.
Yes, indeed. That does, of course, presume that the silver arrow is even required. But as you say, well, first off, there's an item shuffle flag, and then there's a separate flag for red ring and silver arrow to stay in 9. And either that can be turned on, in which case, well, you stay in 9, or you can shuffle the items, but one or both of the silver arrow will just happen to end up in level 9 due to the shuffle. So it's actually probably a slightly greater than 50% chance at the onset of a seed that those two items are in 9.
Indeed. Pikachu is still burning caves that are first quest. So I don't think he's realized quite yet that it's pure second. BGT is back in his favorite level 7.
His favorite haunt. He's a little bit better prepared this time around. He's got 8 hearts, the white sword. Still gotta watch out, though.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, he's still gotta kind of watch out, because even though those enemies are going down more easily now that he's got the white sword, and even though he's got 8 hearts, they still hurt just as much as they did previously.
Now, we still don't know if he's fully meat blocked. I want to say there was a workaround, but I don't remember. It's been a while.
I believe you're right. But I don't know for sure. Oh.
So hopefully, Epic Yoshi will go into level 8 here and get both items, or at least the magical key.
Right.
TA909 Candle Shop is the rare shop up in the vanilla 100 secret is in first quest, and the blue ring shop is in second quest.
Indeed.
Epic Yoshi is in level 8.
In level 8. Yeah.
BGT still taking in 7.
He's still looking for that item. He really wants that wand. Although he also doesn't have the Triforce at a 7, so...
That is correct. Now, knowing how the game is, this is probably going to be the magic boomerang. Or the heart container.
That is true.
Now, I don't see either player far out of the way in second quest. It's at that arrow at the top of Death Mountain, one to the left of the white sword. There's nothing near it.
Right, it's way the heck out of the way. And meanwhile, Epic Yoshi picking up the wooden boomerang. The Lord Banana, as we like to call it.
Interesting choice to pick that up this late into the seed. I mean, it can be helpful to pick up floor drops, not floor drops, but enemy drops if you don't want to spend money on arrows, but I don't really think it's going to be worth it this late in the seed in general.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to use it. I wonder if it's just kind of an instinctual thing still where, you just see an item, oh, I'll go pick it up,
That could be.
Regardless of if you plan to actually use it or not.
Also, the way you saw BGT fighting those Gorillas there, he was constantly blocking the boomerangs. That is because the boomerang hitbox follows the right half tile of where the gorilla is standing. So if you're on the left half tile of a gorilla, you will never get hit, unless it runs into you. Looks like we do have a workaround for that meat block earlier. Sorry, Butts.
I believe it was going to be the... No? Okay.
Not even the item, just a passageway in 7.
Just the
deep.
other passageway, yeah. For the other half of the passageway, I guess.
I mean, there's not really many places it could take it.
No.
It takes him back to the diamond staircase.
Yep. Meat block confirmed. No, because he's now directly above the meat block, I'm pretty sure.
That is
I believe
correct.
the
So
meat
no
block
block in the
was-
seed.
Yeah.
And both bomb upgrades are in their traditional dungeons. This could be an item.
Good, let's see. Well, looks like it's going to be an item. Let's see what we got.
Let's see.
And it is the wand.
That is absolutely gigantic for BGT.
That is what he wanted, without a doubt.
Boomstick activated. The rest of his run will be directed by Michael Bay.
Yes, indeed. Bam. I'm digging the, and there's the Triforce in level 7. Digging the, better. It looks like the item room in 7 is kind of directly on the way to the Triforce.
Yes. And the Triforce being all the way up in the tip of the nose, you're basically going to full clear 7 just to find it.
Yeah.
So BGT is definitely in Triforce and Go mode now. He has the one item
Right.
he was looking for.
Right, he's got everything he needs. It's just a matter of clearing out 2 and 6.
I mean, the only thing that could make him have to go back to a previous dungeon is Silver's and Red Ring not being in 9, but right now that's a very low chance.
Right, I think you have to play at this point under the presumption that... he did grab the Triforce in 8. Somehow I missed that. Anyway, apologies as I was saying. You know, at this point, until you happen to stumble onto something that indicates otherwise, you gotta be going under that presumption that Silvers and Red Ring are in 9.
Absolutely. Did Yoshi pick up the Triforce name? Because it didn't look like he did.
He does not have it marked
doesn't
on his
have it
tracker,
marked.
so I'm gonna guess he did not.
He also doesn't have the magical key.
Yeah.
So I'm not quite sure where he's going to go from here. He might go to level 5, if he knows where it is. Not sure how familiar he is with Second Quest. BGT is at the 9 hearts now, putting him 1 away from potential eligibility for the magical sword, but with Boomstick, I don't really see him picking it
Right.
up. Much less the fact that it's so far out of the way.
Oh, you wacky hint guy.
I don't think I've seen a single truthful hint yet.
I don't believe so.
Yeah, she's gonna pick up another heart. That'll put him up to 8.
Yep. So could that heart have been the drop item in level 2?
Generally, when you see the heart container on the ground on 2, you want to switch the dungeon's heart container until you find a second heart
Okay.
drop.
kind of gets sniped by the Triforce out of the two. I have to imagine he's just going to move on to level 6.
Yeah, he's probably not going to go back.
Yeah, that looks like it.
Which is the correct call on his part.
Right, that is the correct move at this point.
But where do you warp to go to 6? 3's probably the closest place.
Let's see where he opts for.
I think he miscounted and accidentally went to 2.
He wound up.
That's understandable.
Yep, wound up back in level 2.
You might not be super familiar with how the whistle works.
Mm-hmm.
If you're facing to the right or facing up, you'll go to the next level in the list on the levels 1 to 8. So if you're at level 1, if you face right or left, you'll go to 2, then 3, and so on. If you're facing down or left, you're going to go backwards 1. So if you're at level 3, you're going to go to 2, then 1, and so on. That's how you manipulate where you go with the whistle. It's not just play it a couple times and 3, you go to the right spot.
Correct. Although, one thing to note about that is it only works for dungeons you have already cleared. We'll skip over ones you have not cleared yet.
That is correct, DI.
Yeah. Which in vanilla playing casually, not really a big deal. In a randomizer or a speedrun, you've got to know what you have or haven't cleared and kind of be aware of that. Or otherwise, you're going to, as you put it, just blow the whistle a couple times and pray.
BGT holding off the lost wood step by getting that screen wrap. Epigeoji has checked the location of the magical sword in second quest. Late Hearty is not eligible to pick it up yet.
Right. I'm a little confused why he did that. I'm wondering if he's just trying to confirm 100% that it's second quest overworld?
We have. I don't know if Yoshi has yet.
Right.
But with the vanilla cave locations, we definitely confirmed it's vanilla second quest.
Yes. I didn't phrase that. I phrased that rather poorly. But yes, we know it's second quest. I don't know if maybe he was trying to just confirm for himself that it is second quest.
We find a reverse C in level 6. We'll see if we have an early item here.
We do. It's the Bloomerang. Or the Blueberry Banana. Scrap Metal, the inferior model. It is the item of 1,000 names. Quick Triforce in level 6 as well.
Indeed. So at this point, we have a 66% chance of silvers in level 9 if the flag is turned off to force it at 9. But if we add in that 50% chance, I think like an 83% chance of silvers in 9 right now, making it a relatively safe assumption and one that to definitely go with if silvers are going to be in 9, if they're even required.
I would say so, yes. I'm just kind of looking through the list here, and trying to see what the item. I can't, off the top of my head, figure out what the item in 2 is.
It's going to be the heart container. That's probably on the coast.
Okay, so that means that probably was, in fact, the item, or at least one of the items. You're correct.
Very much possible.
Yes. That, I don't think I would have been able to guess that, honestly, because I was so busy thinking of key items. I forgot the heart container. Well, it is technically a key item. It kind of gets shuffled into the mix. I don't think of it in the same league as a dungeon item, even though it is in randomizer.
So now that we have essentially complete knowledge of where all the items are, I'm going to go ahead and do a second item recap.
Go.
Level 1 had the ladder and the magical shield. Level 2 is very likely to have the heart container. Level 3 had the raft. Level 4, the red candle. Level 5, the Recorder. Level 6, the Blueberry Boomerang. Level 7, Magic Wand. Level 8, Lord Banana himself and the Magical Key. And level 9, the Silver Arrows and the Red Ring. The latter item was the Bow. The Armos item was the Power Bracelet, and the White Sword item was the White Sword.
Indeed. And, unfortunately, my dream not coming true, the 3-room Zelda. Not happening.
Unfortunately not.
No.
Interesting to note, you have not seen Ganon and Zelda's rooms yet.
Indeed not. So,
Ooh, the Wizard Hug proved to be too much.
Yeah.
Now...
Gonna opt to go left this time, and still no Zelda.
So if Zelda and Ganon are in their normal rooms, Ganon's room could be enterable from any direction, whereas Zelda's room can only be entered from the south.
That's correct. So until you've seen something that Ganon and/or Zelda are not in their room, again, the presumption and the bet that you make is that they are. And so what you're trying to do is essentially go up as much as you can. Enter as many rooms from below as you can, because that will increase your chances of basically stumbling into Zelda's room.
Indeed. And Epic Yoshi going for gamble strats, but unfortunately, he's almost out of money now. Yes. Level 7 on the Overworld. Alright, are you guys talking the race that you two did, or this seed? Because there's a talk about a different race in the chat, and I'm kind of confused.
Right.
Epic Yoshi has found level 9, but unfortunately is ineligible to enter.
Correct. As we all know, ones who does not have a trifle can't get in. There's the game's words, not mine.
Yep. At least until one of the very late stages of the tournament where that might not be the case.
Very true.
But that's later. This is now.
Correct.
Yoshi taking a death on Death Mountain. So, the good news is, if BGT is able to clear this room, he won't have to clear it again unless he leaves the dungeon. And that's because of the bubbles.
Alright, takes a staircase. And apparently he was in the vicinity of Ganon. Oh, there we go. We have Piggy. And Piggy is in his room.
You should see... Alright. Ganon is in his normal room. That means Zelda is likely to be in her original room, and you cannot bomb out of Ganon's room. Tough break.
Yep. And unfortunately, BGT dying to Ganon before we acquire any information about zero or shuffled or normal HP on him. Not that it would have mattered too much, because he still doesn't have the silver arrow. But
plus, we don't even know if he's required yet. But we did get information that you cannot bomb out of his room. Looks like Yoshi is still on the hunt for more levels. I don't think he's familiar with the second quest Overworld.
The second quest, right? I wonder if he's still somehow under the impression that this is mixed quest. And so he's just trying everything.
And he's still going gamble straps.
Oh, that one hurt.
He's now nearly bankrupt.
Yes. BGT getting the clip, finds the red ring. He will pick up, but I get the feeling what he really wanted there was the silver arrow.
Yep. But I think that red ring pretty much confirms he's going to find the silvers in here.
Indeed.
Now, he probably isn't upset about the red ring because it will give him a much better defense against the Wizrobes and make his exploration not easier. It's just not what he wanted.
Absolutely. The red ring actually quadruples your defense, so everything now does 1/4 of what it did prior to him grabbing it when he just had the tunic. So as you say, definitely not angry per se with it. He definitely went down and grabbed it because it is a very useful item, but probably not what he was hoping for.
And interesting to note, too, is we still don't know if Ganon is required or not, because we have not seen the shutter door that won't open.
That is very true. If you see a shutter door, if you kill all the enemies in the room, and the shutter door does not open, then and you haven't killed Ganon, then you know that Ganon is required.
And likewise, if you kill Ganon and enter a room with a shutter door and the shutter door automatically opens, then you know Ganon was required.
Right.
But if you killed him, you're going to find it anyway. Yoshi is still searching the overworld for this level 5.
Alright, he is not particularly close to where he needs to be.
Not at all.
He's almost on the opposite end of the world, as a matter of fact.
Near about. And BTT definitely getting a lot of mileage out of this boomstick here in 9.
Out of the boomstick and out of the red ring, for that matter. He got kind of battered around there a little bit.
Absolutely. He probably would have liked to have had that earlier in the seed, but he won't complain about having it now.
He not.
Unfortunately, he does not find the silver arrows yet, and this is not Zelda.
Nope. He's up in the, what I call the infamous upper right. In vanilla Legend of Zelda, oh, hello, GG.
GG indeed. There's Zelda Ganon not required.
Indeed.
We should have an official SRL time in just a second here. But sub-hour 30 with this seed, it looks.
Yes, indeed.
120.
He has finished in first place. His official race time, 1 hour, 28 minutes, 13 seconds.
To get sub-hour 30 with how rough this seed was to him is definitely an accomplishment.
Indeed, especially with all the time he spent digging around in 7, which ultimately proved to be, I guess you'd say, the correct move. If for no other reason than you basically had to full clear it anyway, just to get the item in the Triforce out of there.
It sounds like we have a BGT with us.
Yep.
Congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
So tell us, what were your thoughts on that seed?
It wasn't a very interesting seed with the vanilla second quest overworld and vanilla shapes. But Boomstick was kind of fun near the end there. I got pretty frustrated trying to go to level 7 early. I probably shouldn't have done that, but... Are these... No, these aren't the vanilla items, though. I was a little concerned it was going to be, like, even the items weren't shuffled when...
Right, when you found the raft in level 3, but no, the items were shuffled. Although there were a number of them that turned out to be... Well, I won't say a number of them, but Yeah, actually, a number of them that
Um,
turned to just be in their normal dungeons. So you had the Recorder in 5, you had the Magic Key in 8, and of course the
And
Raft in 3.
one is usually in 7. No,
No,
One's
the
usually
one's
in
usually
6.
I haven't played vanilla in so long. I don't
Yeah.
ever remember if things are.
That's always good. And then, of course, the
I
Silver
don't know.
as
I
well.
guess that's one thing I don't like about the random percent is when you get the seeds that are very vanilla like this. But it was still fun.
Right. But yeah, it did seem you did spend an awful lot of time in 7, and you did say, but I don't know if I would say it was the correct move per se, but you did wind up having to mostly dig through all of it anyway to get to the item and then to the Triforce, which is in the tip of the nose there. So,
Yeah, it was really buried in there. Like I bought the book and I was like, that's like for sure the wand is going to be in 9 now, and then I didn't get the item in 2 because I like accidentally the Triforce.
To be honest, at level 7 seemed like it wasn't a fan of you existing.
right. That seemed like a very difficult level 7. I'm
What
not
have you?
sure if it was just because you tried to go into it so early, but it seemed like a higher than normal concentration of just Gorillaz in every room.
Sorry, it looks like Discord is not saying connected to voice very well, so I couldn't hear what you said there.
So, I'll try again. But said besides just going into it so early, it seemed like there were an awful lot of Gorillaz in level 7, which only
Man.
made it even more difficult for you.
Yeah, and like the Glugareas are just not like they seem like they're easy, but they're not. At least not for me. The whole heart when they hit you is just brutal, and they don't have any warning when they are throwing boomerangs. So it's like I don't know, they're harder than they seem.
This seed had a weird flow to it where you had to go into 3 early to get to 4, but really the dungeon that held everything was 5 with that recorder. Even though 5 wasn't blocked by anything besides just finding the Armos. It was a weird flow. And I don't know if that's kind of the feeling you got, BGT.
I got really frustrated about the power bracelet there because I was like, "It's on the spot," and then I walked all the way over there to find like a hint cave or something.
Right. You did eventually come across it. And as you mentioned, it was kind of almost 2 little mini linear sequences, and that you had to get to 3 to get to 4, which gave you the red candle, which opened up a lot. And then, you eventually had to make your way to 5, which had the recorder, which opened up a whole lot.
And I think was the only blue candle was way up in the where the book was for sale, right?
Yeah, that's correct. Along with the only blue candle, not the only blue candle, the only wooden arrow for sale as well.
Oh
No,
yeah,
that was the only blue candle. It was the rare shot that contained the blue candle, the arrows, and the book.
Yes.
that's a
Good
pretty
rare
practical for a rare shop. I guess.
Yes, in any event, congratulations once again, and that time, especially for as stymied as level 7 had you early on there. Sub 130, very solid time for that seed.
Yeah, just barely sub 130, but unfortunately this breaks my tournament streak of having no wins, so we'll take the good with the bad, I guess.
Yes, indeed. So that will put you at 1-3 as your overall record. your thoughts on your overall tournament experience? Did you enjoy it? Are you going to continue to race randomizer in the future?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I will continue to race randomizer. I'll probably take a break from random percent for a while now. Go back to things that are more consistently random, I guess. But I'm looking forward to the autumn tournament as well, as I think they're talking about having another one then. But no, I as bad as I am at the randomizer tournament stuff, I enjoy playing in them. You know, someone needs to give up the wins for the other people.
Right. I personally also really enjoy randomizer as well, so I definitely like how they kind of, not just this one, but really most random, they sort of test your knowledge of the whole game as opposed to what I call, for lack of a better term, traditional speedrunning, which, obviously it takes a lot of skill, but at the same time, eventually you get down to knowing kind of the specific subset of the game that is necessary for the speed run, especially in any percent run, and you just kind of discard the rest of it.
Yeah, I really like for this one the exploration that comes back into it. Running.
Plus, with the randomizer, you basically have to learn how to route on the fly, which is something you don't often see in speedruns of really any game that aren't super RNG dependent.
Right.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It really puts a lot of life back into a game that, but maybe not really.
Oh, absolutely.
Not that tired of it.
So, going back to the race real quick, Epic Yoshi just found both the Magic Key and the Triforce in 8. And by that I mean he's in the room, but he's still got to kill the Dodongos, but he just picked up the Magic Key.
It's the Triforce.
Right. This is with the bomb there. Manages to get that one. It should be fine now.
Yeah, he's got it.
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Alright, well, I'll let you guys get back to commentating the rest of the race. Thank you so much for the commentary and the interview and the restream jam. I gotta go help with feeding the kid here, so I will see you guys around, I'm sure.
Have a good night, and again, congratulations.
Yes, thanks again.
Alright, so meanwhile, Epic Yoshi now, he's got the Magic Key, he's got a full complement of bombs, although he's still kind of a ways off from being able to afford Boomstick.
But you're going in the correct direction of level 5. In fact, he may go to it right now.
Yeah, let's see if he figures it out. Ooh. Yes, there it is.
There it is.
Alright, so now he should be get the recorder out of here and everything should quickly from... Now, I do wonder if he's going to end up using the rest of these rupees. Is he going to try for the Boomstick? Is he going to, is he going to try and buy a blue ring? Because remember, he still, as far as I know, has not seen level 7 yet either.
He has not.
Okay.
And I think he'll probably go for the blue ring over the Boomstick unless he finds the wand before he purchases either.
Right, that makes sense. Opts to skip the staircase for now. He's gonna need to take that, from what I remember.
I believe so, and we have our first truthful hint. It may not be the first one, but it's the first one I've noticed.
Right. I will admit not being particularly familiar with the regions of the game map to know what is where. Some of them I know are obviously false, but yeah, that one.
What's kind of weird about the regions is the grave also includes the Armos that normally contains the power bracelet and the cave next to it.
Hmm.
And near the desert includes the burn bush northeast of one, Heart Rock, and the 2 screens directly south of the desert, as well as the warp right below the fairy fountain.
Well then.
They're not necessarily difficult to get used to, it's just that takes a little time to adjust that, oh, even though this is technically in the forest, it's counted as part of the desert kind of thing.
Right.
I think Eric Yoshi is going to have to take that staircase at some point.
Right. That was what I remember as well. And so anyway, little kind of personal. Taking another death there. Ouch.
Yep.
But anyway, little personal story. I mentioned the upper right corner, which does not actually appear on the map when you grab the map in Vanilla Legend of Zelda. And so as a result of that, I never actually found the red ring in this game as a kid. I think I was probably like in college the first time I finally actually like really looked at a map of a full level 9 and realized, oh, there's a room up there and that's where the red ring is.
Oh, that whole it's not on the map.
Right.
Trick.
Yep. And there are actually a couple other rooms like that too, but you don't tend to think of them so much. The Eyes of the Skull, and then the Eye in level 7.
And the Eye in
the
level
upper
4.
left. Yes. I believe the upper left corner of level 7 as well.
Yes.
It's a room that's not on the map. Oh, getting sniped by the not the Dodongo, the fireball.
And interesting to notice in the second quest, it's actually one room to the left of where you go to fight Ganon, so you basically don't get it until you're done.
Right.
Makes it kind of pointless.
Yeah.
Epic Yoshi's still going on it. Hopefully he'll take the staircase and continue on with the level. Looks like he's going to.
Yep. Seems like it. He knows that that's what he has to do. He's gonna nope the heck out of that room. The blue dark notes.
And if he goes to the south here, he will find the tea room containing the Triforce.
Yep. And that room there that he's in is actually also a hidden room, quote unquote. And he's thinking about the bomb upgrade, passes it up. So,
given that he knows it's Boomstick, I don't blame him for doing that. And also, he doesn't know it yet, but the wand is basically on the way to the Triforce in 7, so he will definitely pick that up.
right. Yeah, he's saving up. I have to presume he's saving up either for Boomstick or for Red Ring, one of the, or Blue Ring. Words.
The question
One
is,
of the
which
two.
will he buy?
Yeah.
The good is he still has that magic shield, so that'll help him out a little bit when he gets to one of the Wizard dungeons.
Right. The magic shield blocks these fireballs, it also blocks Wizard projectiles and Lionel beams.
Indeed. It can also block the Stoutflow sword beams in second quest when the second quest enemies are available.
Okay, can it? I wasn't sure about that. Or I guess Let me rephrase that. I wasn't sure you could block the stealth post beams with your normal shield, but I guess you can't. Which makes sense.
I believe they're coded to be the exact same as the Lionel sword beams.
As the Lionel beams, yeah, that makes, yeah, like I said, that would not surprise me.
Oh, Efficacious got the room, but he got sniped by the fireball on his way out.
Oh boy.
But it looks like he will go back, and on his way to the Triforce, he should pick up the recorder.
Right, and then as you mentioned, that's just going to open everything up for him. Everything should fall pretty quickly at that point.
Let's see, dodging all the dark nuts.
Very nice dodges there.
Although I think he has to go the other way to get to the Triforce and the item. Because it's in a corridor staircase.
I think you're right. Grabs the compass, but that's not really going to help him.
Well, no, I might have where the Triforce is when he gets there, and he gets a heart.
That's a heart container, so not a waste.
He's definitely killing a lot of enemies in full clearing rooms that technically he doesn't need to.
Right, he is. Oh boy, just you bombed it once. There you go. I was gonna say, just put the bomb in its mouth, please.
Well, at least he got his heart back.
Yes.
And he's going in a circle. Gonna try a bomb here. Unable to do so.
Not gonna work.
Yeah, he'll definitely pick up the item now, which will be good. He needs it.
Yep.
Still not gonna buy the bomb upgrade.
Yep. Still passing off the bomb upgrade, okay.
Here's the item
Here
room
we
that
go.
he was looking for.
Yep. Oh, takes a bop from the Gibdo.
Just don't die, Yoshi. Whatever you do. You need that item.
Yeah, you need to make it into the staircase.
Oh, there's a heart. That's wonderful.
Okay.
You got it?
Yikes. Okay, he made that a little closer than it had to be. He's there, he's got the recorder.
He likes to keep us on our toes.
He's just making it more exciting for us. Which I appreciate.
Indeed. So now he has the recorder, he has all the items required for the seed. Looks like Epic Yoshi's gonna make his way to level 7 now. Hopefully he'll not have a ton of issues with it. No, no. Bomb the wall.
No.
Oh, we didn't bomb it.
He's going back.
No, he's going back.
Oh.
Wait, no? He's not going back? Go back!
No,
Yoshi.
no. Where? Okay.
Oh, he's going up the Spectacular Rock.
He's
And
not gonna find anything there.
I would think by now he'd know that it's Vanilla Second Quest. Okay, he's checking this spot.
Okay.
That's fine. He's getting Heart Container.
Alright.
Now it makes sense.
Yep.
He just needs to go back to 7. He has it marked as a... Wait, I'm looking at his, Screen. He hasn't marked it, so there's nothing there.
Uh-oh.
Because he's still thinking it's mixed.
Oh.
That hurts.
Not good. Wonder if either he is still thinking it's mixed, or he might have tried bombing, but not hit precisely where you need to.
I think that's what happened. He might have just misbombed it.
Yeah, because in the dungeons, especially bomb, you have quite a bit of leeway, actually, with where you can place the bomb. And I have at least found that in the overworld, you don't have nearly that much leeway. You have to actually be pretty precise with where you put the bomb, or it's just not going to reveal the entrance. And that can throw you off if you're not expecting it. And you make the incorrect presumption about where you are, overworld-wise.
I'm pretty sure the way it works is, as long as the center of the bomb explosion hits the physical tile that you need to hit, you'll be okay. But unlike in the dungeons where the outer edge of the bomb explosion can hit it, if the outer edge of the bomb explosion hits the tile, you get nothing.
Okay.
And that's just from me testing it out.
Mm.
Yoshi takes a death in level 6, but it is Wizard in a reverse C room. That's kind of hard to dodge.
That's never fun. Especially since he's got the likes there throwing to eat the magical shield as well.
Yep. Plus you got that bubble, which is... It's terrible, but it's annoying.
Alright.
Because he doesn't have a broomstick yet.
Yeah. And he's not going to find too much over here, from what I remember.
Nope, just some wish robes. Now Yoshi might clear that room out and see the magical boomerang.
Hmm.
I don't know if he'll pick it up, though, being almost 2 hours in.
Alright. Oh, is this where the magical boomerang actually was? I don't remember.
This could be a staircase.
Yeah.
Which might lead him closer to the Triforce. And not have to clear that, reverse C, but... Oh!
Yikes. The snipe from that Wizrobe.
Those Red Razor beams do as much damage as a Hyrule Driver. It'll take 4 hearts with no ring.
Yeah, you do not want to get hit by those. They are, along with the Hyrule Driver, the most damaging thing in the game. The Hyrule Driver, for newer viewers, by the way, is one. We call that the Hyrule Driver. I am willing to bet if you have Franker Phase Z enabled, I can type this, and you'll see what Hyrule Driver looks like.
Yes. One of Ganon's many tactics against you.
Yes.
And by many, I mean 3.
Yeah.
Taking a death in this double block room, which we don't even know if it's a staircase. Hopefully he'll get some heart drops here, but unfortunately no dice. Just gonna clear out this Red Razor room again.
As you mentioned, his Oh, okay, never mind. There was a covered door there I didn't see. So just strike my half-finished thought there. Takes another death there. He really wants to see what's behind this room there. And so at this point, as he's still trying to stubbornly go to the right here and see what's in this room, if you're familiar with the Kuso Grande, the bad game tournament, one of Bro Sencho's mottos in that is, if what you're trying doesn't work, try something else. And so I have to wonder, and that's kind of one of the tenets of Randomizer as well, is you sometimes kind of got to know when to fold them, so to speak, and just say, okay, whatever I'm trying here, it's not working. I need another approach. I need to, dig a different route to somewhere else, try to find another dungeon, which, as we know now, his options there are fairly limited, but...
Yep. There's nothing behind the room.
Push the room, man. Nothing there, oh boy.
And we've already seen Yoshi come back to dungeons later when he's better equipped. He did that with level 3 to get the raft.
Right. Up to up and A to refill some of his arts.
I'm looking at his tracker, and he's got level 5 marked as level 7. So that might be part of why he might not know where 7 is.
Right.
Because he might be thinking he's looking for 5.
That's definitely gonna confuse him. And if that's the case, then yeah, that would also explain why he hasn't hit level 7 yet. Grabs his Triforce, though, in 6.
I actually kind of doubt he's going to go back for the item.
I wouldn't think.
Given its Wizrobes.
Yeah, if Wizro wasn't even the trouble he had just getting that far. Yeah, he's getting out of there.
And he's definitely thinking that level 5 is level 7, just looking at his tracker. For those of you who aren't able to see it, what he's got is the whistle is the item in 7.
Oh, yeah, that is not correct.
Is he going to gamble? He is, and he's only going to lose 10, though.
Loses 10 rupees. Alright.
He is a hard gambler.
He is hardcore. The gambling strats. He's like, the one big score. That's all I need.
I think he's just trying to get enough money for the blue ring.
Yeah.
Which, gambling can work.
Yeah, blue ring or boomstick, one of the two.
Although, somebody did some statistics on the gambling.
Mm.
And apparently, the middle rupee is the one where you have the best chance of winning.
Oh. Very interesting.
Now, it's not necessarily you're going to win money. It's more the middle rupee, you have the best chance of breaking even.
Okay, right. I was wondering if it was more like a long-term, you might actually lose most of the time, but that one is most likely to have a big victory where you just come out ahead over enough repetitions, or what?
Yes, that is how it is. It's just over enough rotations, ultimately with gambling, you break even. But if you're using gambling to try to get money, you want to go for that middle one. Okay. And you will avoid the far right one, because that one has the most opportunities to lose.
Okay.
Happens when people have too much free time and they look up statistics out there, like all of us.
Oh yeah. It's always fun to me. Yeah, absolutely. It's always fun to me when, I think a lot of times people, it is cool to see people kind of do research like that, because I get the feeling that a lot of people maybe not familiar with speedrunning, they think of speedrunners as these, especially routers, as these like kind of mad scientist types just trying every little combination of things until it works. When what I found is a surprising amount of strategies and discoveries and new tech is discovered kind of by accident, and not even by necessarily being very good at the game per se. Like, you make a mistake. Go ahead.
No, you go ahead.
Okay. No, you go ahead, Jam. But like accidentally take damage or fall to your death per se, and it just happens to or fall to your death, so to speak. But you know, somehow you end up clipping through some barrier that way. One minor thing that I watched someone play Metroid 2 back when I ran that, and I was watching them, and the person will tell you the same thing. I was effectively watching them kind of be bad at a specific room and kind of bouncing through it, and I looked and I was like, wait a minute, that's actually faster than what I was doing. Just because of the specific way they were bouncing, let them keep their speed more through the room.
Does Yoshi know that he's lost? I don't know if he does, and I don't know if he necessarily cares. He will persevere through just about any seed. I believe his first match, he persevered through a 5-hour seed to finish it out, so he is one of those people that will persevere to the end, regardless of how the seed treats him. Also, I think the spring wrap was discovered by accident during a test run.
I believe you are correct. And as far as applying that to real time, that was definitely an accident. For a long time, it was actually thought to be TAS only until Darkwing Duck, just in a real-time run, completely by accident, did a screen wrap. And so he said, all right, well, I guess we're putting this in the real-time run now, since I know it's possible.
Pretty much. Then there was, I forget his name, but there was a Japanese runner that found out about the sword buffer for the blocklet. But I'm bad with names, especially Japanese names.
That's fair.
Yoshi, thinking about it? He's buying the book.
Grabs the book. Okay.
That is a good purchase on his part.
Indeed. And from what I remember, the wand was, as you said, basically on the way to the Triforce in 7, so it's going to be very hard for him to miss it. It's just a matter of how long is it going to take him to find 7.
Yes, he may not miss the wand in 7, but he may miss 7 itself.
He might miss 7 altogether, yes. And people in the chat asking, does Yoshi know he lost? And I get the feeling the actual question is, how would he know he lost if he can't see his opponent? Which, while he can't see his opponent, there is a race channel that they both, I imagine, are looking at. And so I would have to think he's at some point seen that his opponent has not done.
Yep. So Yoshi's going to go into level 2. He will find a Triforce in here. Maybe a heart, maybe even a second heart if he searches enough.
Indeed.
Then he's just got to find 7.
Yes, that is correct.
Now, he's probably going to end up full clearing the overworld before he... Based on his tracker, if he does go back to that one spot near the waterfall, he may not full clear the overworld, but based solely on the tracker, it looks like he's going to go for a full clear of the overworld, if he hasn't already.
Right, because I believe you mentioned he actually marked off the entrance to level 7, and he said that there was nothing there, correct?
Yep, that's what I'm seeing. It's right next to that potion shop.
Okay, so yeah, at some point he's going to have to realize his error.
Also, folks, what you're seeing on Epic Yoshi's screen now is a preview of what a blackout seed will look like. This is how much information you have.
Except I don't believe the candle works in that, does it? Or does it?
It does not. You can only light up the room by bomb flashes.
Oh, that's right. Bomb flashes, or I believe death is the other way to light. Which...
If you're not a boomstick seed, you really want to buy those bomb upgrades.
Yeah. Because even once you know what all the possible layouts are, will take
I
a
gotta
while.
test your game knowledge in a new way. To answer the question in chat, Yoshi's character is Trogdor, the Burninator.
Yes. Finds the Triforce in 2. Is he gonna keep hunting around? He is.
He's gonna go look for the item. I don't think he knows yet it's a heart container. Oh geez, so like spiders.
Yeah.
You stomp on one and 3 more pop out.
Yeah. And I'm glad you answered the question about what is Yoshi's character, not because I didn't know, but because I would have tried to sing it like Strong Bad, and as such blown everybody's ears out, so...
Well, I can do that if you want, but everybody will be deaf by the end of it. Or wishing they were.
Alright, no, that's quite alright. But yes, that is Trogdor the Burninator from Star Runner. I like how his one beefy arm changes from... And there's a second heart container, so now he knows what the item is.
So now we have absolute confirmation that the Silvers are in 9.
Indeed.
If we didn't already.
Yeah, we were already pretty certain of that. Although, as you noted, we technically didn't know that for sure. But now we do. He grabs the Triforce in 2. So now it's just a matter of he's got to figure out what he missed and figure out where level 7 is.
Yep. And on top of that, he's got to realize it's level 7.
That is also true, because he might still think it's level 5.
Yep. Although he picked up the map in 5, didn't he?
I thought he did?
I want to say he did.
If nothing else, he should have explored enough of it that he knows it's 5 and not 7. Because they're not exactly similar shapes.
Not particularly, although you could almost fit 5 inside of the empty space left by 7.
It's true.
Looks like he has not yet, although the magical sword is extremely out of the way.
Out of the way.
Yeah, he might not go for it at all.
There's a 10 rupee secret. Right, now one thing to note is that if he does decide to go for it, at this point, the shuffle, if it's active on the parts for the magical sword. Pedantic jerk alert, it is not the master sword in this game. It is the magical sword. But anyway, if he does decide to go for it, he is guaranteed to receive it, because the shuffle can be anywhere from 10 to 14 hearts, and he has 14, so...
You know, I don't know if Yoshi realizes it's Vanilla's second quest. Still. I'm not sure if he knows the Vanilla second quest overworld, though. Just not even from the randomizer standpoint, but from the Vanilla standpoint. I don't know what his familiarity with it is.
Right. I don't know what he's familiar with in terms of second quest and not first.
Yep.
If that makes sense. Versus if he's just checking everything in both of them, still thinking it's possibly a mixed quest.
Yeah, I mean, he's checked everything except for The one spot he needs to check, and maybe Vanilla is level 7 in first quest. Oh, wait. Is he going to it? No, wait. Where's he going?
No.
He's going back to Spectacle Rock.
Is he going up to, or is he going for Mags?
Oh, he's going for Mags. Okay. Well, that makes sense. It's a little out of the way, but it makes sense.
Yep, he's going for Mags. Okay.
Okay,
It's a little out of the way, but at this point, I can't say I blame him.
Yeah. And given that he knows 9 is going to be Witch Ribs, he probably wants to have as much firepower as possible going in.
Right.
And he's going back to Spectacular. Nope, never mind.
Yeah.
We don't know where he's going now. I'm going to stop trying to predict it.
Let's see. I'm lost now. I'll be honest.
You know, I wonder if he's going to level 9.
I was going to say, I wonder if he's just going to open up 9 at this point.
Not realizing he's missing a Triforce piece. Yep, he's got a finish bomb on the northwest. Northeast,
Okay.
west, same difference. I can't talk. I can't direction.
Talking is hard, direction is hard.
Yes.
I don't blame you.
Math is easy-ish. So with that, I think he's explored every overworld cave. Except for the one.
except for level 7 and level. Oh, missed it.
Not that one.
More to the right.
Not that one. Not that one.
You went too far. No.
It's the one tile he hasn't checked yet.
Yeah, he went 2 to the left. He was 1 to the left, and then 2 to the left, and then 1 to the right. Oh no.
Where's he? He's leaving.
Oh boy.
He bombed every wall but the one.
The one he needed, and that gets back to what I was discussing earlier. In the overworld, you've got to be pretty precise with your bomb drop. It is not going to open.
Yeah.
Oh boy, now I have no idea. I'm sorry, I shouldn't be laughing at that, but just the absurdity and the awful luck.
To bomb every wall but the tile.
But the one tile that you needed.
Wait.
He's already there.
He's going back in 6th.
Oh no. I'm not sure exactly what he thinks he's gonna find. No. Okay.
He might be looking for a wand. So that he can boomstick that entire screen.
That's kind of what I was thinking, but I wonder if he's finally going back and maybe rechecking something, thinking that he mismarked something.
That's...
Which technically he did, but unfortunately it's not what he thinks he mismarked. Oh,
he's checking Vanilla 7.
Vanilla 7. Yep.
Nope, he hasn't checked this yet.
Oh, that's the wrong Vanilla 7 to be checking.
Now he's probably very confused.
Now I think he's gotta be like, yeah.
Where does he go from here?
You've got me.
Because he's
Like you said, I wonder if at this point you almost, for lack of a better term, kind of throw sanity to the wind and just start trying utterly random things. By which I mean stuff like, that we know does not work. Stuff like pushing bushes, for instance. Just because, it's back in
4.
He's back in 4.
I think this is the... I think this is the point where you pull out the Google map.
Yeah. Because, you've tried everything as far as you're concerned.
And for those of you who may not be aware, Google Maps are allowed. I'm 95% certain. But he's in the right area. He's back in level 5. He did not get the map.
No. So, okay, he's looking at it now.
He realized by now.
Yeah. Like, looking up game hints in a general sense is allowed. Is the best way I can put it. But as far as knowing specifically where you are in relation, or, any spoilers for the seed specifically, that is not allowed. There we go! He's got it. He gets a fairy drop somehow.
He's got it!
Alright.
He's gonna grab the fairy! And he has found the
fairy.
level!
He has found level 7, folks.
Now he's just gonna go through the entire dungeon.
Right now.
Mags. So, he has mags and 15 hearts, he should be fine.
Yeah. So I would say one thing to note in general about this tournament, and really all randomizer tournaments or all speedrun tournaments in general, is that they do welcome players of all skill levels. A lot of, I would say, most all speedrun communities are very welcome like that. Welcoming, I should say. I don't think I'm saying anything particularly controversial. Relatively new players to either Zelda or Zelda Random. But, they are just as welcome as your top-tier players. And there are actually quite a few Zelda randomizer races using somewhat easier flags than this that go on quite frequently. So if the concept is something that appeals to you, definitely jump in on some of those.
Yeah, and I think the best place for that is there's generally every night a nightly randomizer race that what's it called? Runs with a certain set of flags named Chaos, where you know it's randomized in advance, so you have a little bit of a better idea what to expect. In terms of, you know certain things are going to be randomized, you know certain things aren't going to be randomized. So, while it doesn't have that same factor of, oh, I get to find this out as random percent does, the races generally are a little bit more consistent. And if you want to jump in, there's a good place. You can also just ask around, see if people would be wanting to race on different flag sets. I know we've had a couple Ultima races, we've had a couple just custom flag races. But don't let the idea of, oh, well, I'm not a top tier, say, any percent player, don't let that stop you. Anyone can get into this if they want to.
Yes, indeed. Additionally, I believe that in addition to the daily chaos races, there's a weekly race of what racers call easy flags to kind of help beginners sort of ease their way into the randomizer. So definitely check that out as well. And again, you'll know kind of in advance what is and isn't randomized. So meanwhile, Epic Yoshi kind of struggling with this wall master room. Well, I don't really blame him. That's with the bubbles and the formation of that room. That is definitely one of the more challenging wall master rooms I've seen. Let's get through it though.
So at this point, Yoshi's pretty much set. Just as long as he doesn't leave 7, he'll clear this dungeon, he'll get the item, he'll be good to go for 9. He's got past that hurdle.
No, I think that was the big thing, was...
As long as he doesn't mark it as level 5. Which he does that.
Just finding level 7.
Yeah.
Because I can't imagine he's going to be going back to level 6 was the only one he didn't find the item in, so I can't imagine he'll be going back there, so...
He's definitely going to pick it up. And given how much time and effort he's put in already, Boomstick will be very well earned.
Yes. I think the other good news for him is that Zelda was actually fairly close to the start of level 9. If he picks the right path, he might be able to just go straight up, actually.
Not only that, but the Red Ring was pretty close to the start, too.
That's also true.
But yeah, Yoshi has this amazing spirit of perseverance where he'll just keep going until he finishes it, in pretty much no matter what.
Yeah, absolutely. In that way, he kind of reminds me a lot of Millennium, who's a person who, particularly like a year or two ago, would just enter every and any speedrun tournament he could, effectively regardless of his experience in the game, and a lot of the time having no experience with the game going into it. Which, we need more Millenniums in the community, quite honestly. You know, just people who go in and just have fun and enjoy the game, and I won't say don't worry about their time, but the spirit of improvement and kind of that sense of community, I feel like, is more important to a person like Millennium than getting a top time, per se. So.
And I found for, at least myself, when working with a randomizer and occasionally any percent no away, although I haven't done that in a while, I always try to focus on beating my own times and worrying about, oh, well, the top person has this, that, the other. Because as long as I'm improving my own times, to me, that's where the improvement is. So if you're going to focus on times, keep focus that as long as you're improving your times. Now, with randomizer, that's sometimes a little bit harder because some seeds are just naturally not going to be sub-hour seeds. But if you focus on improving yourself, you'll work your way up to wherever your goals are.
Yes, absolutely. And as you mentioned, it is a little bit more difficult to make direct comparison with randomizers because some seeds are difficult than others. But, you know, you can, with every seed, kind of gain experience in some of the concepts of running a randomizer. You know, how to route on the fly, what dungeons to, you know, consistently dig into, what dungeons to avoid digging into. And, you know, sometimes you just get a seed where you make all the proper high percentage calls, the seed just screws you anyway. And again, when that happens, A, you can find yourself in a big hole if you're racing against someone else, but B, that's how a less experienced, you know, in any given seed, I would say a less experienced runner has a chance against a more experienced one. Because, you know, sometimes you get the anti-experience seed, if you will, where just the high percentage plays long-term just do not work in that one seed. And so randomizer and randomizer races are always...
There's always the factor of the unknown, because for all you know, you're going to stumble across an early ladder in a Wizard dungeon that your opponent may say, I'll come back later because it's a Wizard dungeon. And sometimes you just gotta gamble on, alright, this is really hard, this is probably a bad idea, let's just do it.
Indeed. And yeah, he's having a much easier time of this just because of the hearts and nags. It really is amazing what a difference that makes.
Yeah, I mean, just looking at how quickly he's going through this.
Not totally sure why he's killing this Goma. But, okay.
He might think it's a trap room.
Okay.
I mean, there's always that possibility that the person you're watching isn't super familiar with all the drop rooms.
Right.
Like, even I don't know every single drop room in the game.
Right.
And that's kind of the one thing that I have working for me is I use knowledge. Knowledge is very important in Randomizer. Knowing even something like knowing what dungeon rooms can be in what dungeons can be a huge help in terms of knowing, okay, this room's going to have a drop, this room's going to have a staircase, and so on.
Right. And that, again, is one of the things you kind of only learn through, you know, experience.
Looks like Yoshi's going to go up here. He'll find his wand in the next room over.
Yep.
Is he going to buy this?
This is the correct
He's
one.
not.
He is not.
And here is his boomstick, a well-earned one.
Indeed. You know which block he is, he'll be rewarded. Gets the wand.
So with that, Yoshi will get his Triforce in 7.
Yep, he's gonna go to the right here.
And he's gonna move on to 9.
Yep. Very nice manhandle a bomb there.
Absolutely.
So with that, he is going to go to 9. I believe level 9 might be the one square on the overworld he hasn't gone to.
He has it marked on his tracker, so I imagine he's seen it. Now,
Oh, yes, that's right. He did see it. That's right. Yeah, he did briefly go in there. I remember now.
And he might find a quick Zelda.
He might.
The question was asked in the chat for those watching the VOD. If level 9 is going to be a spell tournament, during the final four, level 9 will be potentially open. Or it may potentially be blocked by another item. Instead of a Triforce, you might need, say, a Wand or a Magic Key in order to get into line.
That will be very interesting to see.
Yes. Especially if the Bloomerang needed to get into...
I was just about to say, ones who does not have can't get in.
Yep.
I believe Zelda was in this column, so if he just keeps going up.
This column or the next one over.
Yeah.
And Gen's not required, so we can just walk in.
Yep.
He's just gotta live. Oh, that's rough. He's pull out his wand. He's gonna pull out his wand.
Yep.
There's the boom.
Yep, there it goes. Kaboom. Alright.
And he gets more boom.
Yep. Grabs that. Boy.
Just that he's going this way, but it's actually not a bad call.
Okay, yep. He's like, nope, forget that. I'm gonna continue going up. Alright.
Yep. Yeah, I think
it was one up from this room.
Yeah, actually, I want to say that. He just gotta get past his Patra.
Get past his Patra, yep.
Patra guards the princess.
Oh no! The Patra Bop.
Yep. Well, here's the birth of your new Patra guard the princess.
Yep. Well, does he have a potion? I believe he does.
And he's going to the left.
He's going to the left. Oh no. I imagine he's going to take... Oh, yeah, he's going to take a look at that room and go heck
Yeah,
no.
he's probably going to nope out of it.
He's going to probably go back up from here.
Oh, he got noped out of it for him, so...
Yeah.
Hopefully he listens.
Yep.
He does.
Yep. He's going up. Alright. Now, does he have a potion? He does not. Okay.
Listen when the game knows you out of a room.
Yeah. Oh, gets sniped. Bartman V1, that is a very good question. Okay, and the answer is yes. So, for people watching the VOD, Bartman asked, in an open 9, if you go into Ganon's room, wisdom that you don't have. And the answer apparently is yes.
So now we have interdimensional cheese. Cool. Yoshi's getting beaten up in his rooms.
Not exactly sure if he's just trying to make it through this room, or kind of what his goal is here. Maybe he thinks this is... Maybe he just thinks this is safer than trying to go around everything.
Oh, you know what it could be? He could be trying to clear this room out so that if he dies again, he doesn't have to deal with these enemies anymore.
Oh, right, because there's the one bubble in there. Yeah.
Yep. That makes sense.
Yeah.
He's just gotta... You know.
I think if you kind of go for that, I feel like you just gotta maybe take out the orange wizrobes and leave and come back.
Yep.
Just trying to hit the blue wizrobes and the like lights is not...
I'm surprised he's not pulling out the bomb stick.
That as well.
He is leaving, presumably to go get a health refill and maybe a
He's
potion.
going to get health refill or potion, yeah. Zelda randomizer, besides the fact that you could, with enough effort, kind of custom make a custom sprite for yourself, it does contain a number of other custom sprites that you can change Link into, including
Yes.
Princess Zelda or a Darknut. A couple other enemies, I think, as well. Okay, I'm not sure why he's... Oh, he's
Madison.
going to buy a potion. Okay.
You know, I always thought that the fairy refill thing for the warp whistle was just a natural thing that happened. I mean, apparently it's an oddity, but I've known about it for a while. But yeah, that's the thing. If you've whistled to the whistle spot that is vanilla level 5, you will be able to move during the refill.
I have a text. Let's see. Alright, I have to step out for a moment here. I will be right back.
Ready? Yeah, once MTI gets back, I'll step out.
Not staying there. Without staying there. Listen to cat. Nuts.
Alright. So we still have Yoshi in 9. Unfortunately, he took another death. He's gonna have to keep going. Hopefully he decides to keep going up. Because going to the left isn't gonna do him any good, unless he finds the bed ring. Ooh, it's hugged by the wizard. So it looks like he's going to do some ducking and dodging. Find this wizard room, which is a little bit easier, but hugs the wizard room instead of swords it. Unfortunately. But he's still pushing on. He will not give up. Kind of surprised he's just going left instead of going out. One down. So let's see here. He's just pushing on through. Unfortunately, he's pushing on through in the wrong direction, but he's still pushing. He ain't stopping until the Wizrobe stops him. Then he goes back and tries it again. He's just gonna keep on going. Oh, another hug from the Wizrobe. He's still going. He gets the light, but is unable to dodge out of the way of the Wizrobe. These Wizrobes just do not like him existing. But he's still going. He's still gonna make it happen. Gonna go through the door. What does he find? More turrets. And more Wizrobes! That should be his sign to just nope on out of this part of the dungeon. Let's see, is he gonna make it to the staircase? He is gonna make it. And his reward is more dungeon. Not even an item, just more dungeon. Ah, but it puts him here, where he was before. If he just keeps going up. Sounds like we have Empty Eye back with us.
Hello again. Sorry about that.
Alright, well I think with that, I am going to have to step out to get ready for a race coming up at 10:30 between myself and Unos.
Yeah, I was actually myself just coming back to say the lovely Mrs. Empty Eye is home, so I'm gonna actually head out myself and eat some dinner before bed. So.
Oh wow.
Let me see.
Alright. Thank you.
All right. Thanks, everybody.
Alright, so hey everyone, here we are. Just you and me now. What's up? Yeah, we do have another race coming up in about 15 minutes. We're gonna start getting set up for that momentarily. So if good old Yosh Kebab here doesn't find the princess in the next few minutes, we're gonna have to switch gears into the next race as to not delay anyone. But yeah, he's close. He should just pop his potion and go north and he'll be alright. Oh, don't go that way. That's Ganon. Uh-oh. Meh. Piggy. Don't do it. Oh, now he potions? Good choice. More like Yoshi. I like it. Yoshi Kebab. Let's see. Oh man, he's getting thrown all over the place. What you doing, Yoshi Kebab? I think he gave up. I think he's done, guys. Oh, too bad. Too bad. It was a good try. Okay, let's start getting this set up. We're gonna need a Unos. Cool, guys. We'll give him one more death. one more death after this one, and we'll switch to a commercial break, which is not actually a commercial. We're just like literally just gonna turn on some music and put a standby on as we get set up for the next match. So this was a great race. Epic Yoshi definitely improved a lot during this tournament. Got stuck on second quest. Just unfortunate for him, he wasn't as knowledgeable in second quest as he'd like to be. He'll definitely be prepared for this the next time we have a tournament like this, which is not going to be for a while. We're going to have more of a standard tournament coming up in the fall, not this crazy random percent stuff. So commercials, yeah, you know, the commercials that I don't run. So yeah, he's probably going to persevere and finish this up, and we'll check it out in just a few minutes, guys. So stay tuned for the next match.